Hey guys, your girl here, Coach Tanisha Marie. And I just wanted to do this quick video. 5 million people are in default for student loan debt right now. And the Trump administration basically said that they will start garnishing people wages and everything. So I feel bad for the people. I feel like America should just wipe out student loan debt. I think it's like over $2 trillion in student loan debt, and that is the government biggest income right now. I think they should have let Biden wipe it out like he wanted to. And being that they've been bailing out all these other countries, they need to bail out their own people. So it's very sad. I got rid of my student loan. I want to say it took me 10 years when I got out of school. So I had maybe 30 grand, 40 grand, and I just paid it off. I was like, ain't no way I'm going to have this over my head for another 10, 20, 30 years. I know people who's 60 and 70, they still paying student loans. So I think student loans is a scam. I think, other countries are laughing at us because other countries go to school for free and they don't got to worry about that. Then people spending 200,000, 100,000 to go to school, and you're not even getting a job making that. So America's not great, guys. America is not great. So I just wanted to say that. But also too, I want. So guys, I wanted to talk to you like my Women's Wealth and Wellness T-shirt. But I wanted to talk to you guys about fixing your credit. I've met people all walks of life: nurses, teachers, principals, correction officers, police officers, people in different professions, and they don't know their credit scores. It's insane to me, right? So, one thing we don't pay attention to, okay, is our credit score, right? So in other countries, they don't even deal with credit score. Like they feel like that's a scam, it's a waste of time, it's just a way to oppress people, and it's just a way to keep people down, right? So in other countries, they don't really have that. In Thailand, China, they don't deal with shit like the Africa, they don't deal with credit scores. But in America, we're a capitalistic society, so we have credit scores, right? And in order to get a house, in order to get a car, in order to get good interest rates, low interest rates, you have to have good credit. What is good credit? In these climates, good credit. If you have a 620, you're able to get a house, you're able to get a car, and you're able to get like at least $5,000 in credit cards, right? Personal, lines of credit or credit cards, right? But real true good credit would be anything over 750, right? But a lot of people don't pay attention to their credit, right? So I've been doing credit for years. I've been building my credit for years. It took me a long time to get my credit in the 700s, around the 750s. But I did it, right? And what I've learned is that the credit bureaus are just simply businesses. They're businesses. That's all they are. They're businesses, right? And basically, all credit reporting agencies, whether it's TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, all the creditors, which is the banks, the car people, the credit cards, they all don't report to all three credit bureaus. So this is why you have three different scores, and then you end up having a FICO score, which most banks and most banks basically go with, right? And a lot of people don't even know their FICO score, right? So understanding, guys, how credit works, guys, you have to build your credit, right? People shouldn't be 30 and 40 and 60 and 75 not knowing what their credit score is. Okay, so I'm just going to give you guys, now, everybody has a credit score, right? Even if you don't have any credit, you never had anything on your credit, everyone has some type of score, right? So when you're building up your credit, right, you need to now establish credit, right? So this may be for someone who's in their 50s or someone who's in their teens or in their 20s just starting out, right? You have to establish credit, right? What does that mean, establishing credit? Meaning that you have to now start to build relationships with the financial institutions, which is the banks, credit unions. Really is really that simple, right? Because in order for you to get a house, in order for you to get a car, in order for you to get a credit card or a loan, you need credit. Now, in order to get a student loan, you don't need any credit. So we already know this is a scam because in order to get into $200,000 in debt, you don't need no credit score. But in order to get a house or a car or a credit card, you need a credit score. So we already know that it's a scam. All right. So then we have something called the consumer protection, right? So consumer finance protection bureau, right? The CFPB, I think it's a CFPB, right? What they do is they try to protect the consumer from the banks and the credit cards and the card companies and all and student loans. Well, basically all the banks, right? And when TransUnion and Equifax and Experian and all of those people are reporting things incorrectly on your credit, or getting your name spelt wrong, or getting your address spelt wrong, or however, whatever, right? They're there to protect us, right? But we don't even know anything about the CFPB, right? We don't know anything about them, right? We only heard of TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, right? So the CFPB is like the head of all three of those bureaus. All three of those bureaus have to answer to the CFPB, and this is something that something else that Trump, your president, that you voted for, is trying to get rid of. Okay, so we have to understand building our credit. Okay. Even if you never get to a 700 credit score, okay, even if you never get to a 800 credit score, it's good to have good credit. So all of these credit bureaus report to the CFPB, right? And the CFPB protects, well, supposed to protect us from these bureaus, which Trump is trying to get rid of, the CFPB, right? And all of these bureaus are simply businesses. They get paid, right? They get paid to get things reported, right? So, what I've learned is that you just have to build a strong credit profile, right? And what does that mean by building a strong credit profile? Meaning paying your bills on time. You may not want to pay your bills on time, but paying your bills on time, okay? Making sure that you are increasing your credit limits, right? And keeping your balances under 30%, right? Not having too many inquiries. That means everybody's running your credit. You can actually freeze your credit, right? Where you don't want people, if you feel like, it's too much fraud going on in the world, you literally can freeze your credit and nobody can run your credit. So I have my credit frozen, my husband has his frozen, so nobody can just start running our shit, right? So that's a way like to protect yourself, right? Now, there's many people that have many different name, same everything, same eye color, right? So you can really look at your credit report. You can go to annualcreditreport.com and get a free credit report. Or if you have a bank, let's say if you have Capital One, you have Citibank, you have TD Bank, you have American Express, they actually give you free credit reports. So what you can do is download your free credit report and see what's on it, what's inaccurate, or what needs to come off. Because a lot of stuff that people have on their credit is 5 years old, 10 years old, 7 years old, and it's still on the credit. And people don't pay attention because people don't pay attention to their credit. They don't even know what the hell is on their credit. So You have opportunity, right, to find out what's on your credit and start fixing your credit. The issue with people not knowing what their credit is, right, is that people don't want to face the issues. They don't want to face the problem. People just want to throw things under the rug and hopefully everything works out. And guys, you know this is not how it works. Right? If you're bleeding, you just leave it alone, it ain't going to just stop on its own, right? So we have to treat our finances the same way. If we know we're bleeding, we got to do something to fix it, right? 68 million Americans, guys, right now have bad credit, which is less than 500. Less than 500. So we got to pay attention to our credit, okay? And then we have to teach our children to also pay attention to their credit. So what I teach the children in the school, I teach them about credit, right? I tell them how important credit is, right? What are the credit scores? What credit score they need to be aiming for? And I also tell them to ask their parents what their credit score is. Some of them, their parents don't know what their credit score is. Some of them, parents don't want to tell them because they feel like, oh, what you going to do with my credit score? It's a credit score. Like, whoever knows, they knows. They don't, they don't. If they know your credit score, it ain't going to make a difference, to you anyway. But if you put your child on your credit profile, not give them a card, but put their social on your credit profile at the age of 13, and you have good credit and you're maintaining 620, 650, 680, 720. Like I said, 620 could get you a house. 620 could get you a car. 620 could get you a $5,000 credit limit. Okay. If you're maintaining paying your bills on time and not letting people run your credit all crazy and wild, and you're keeping your balances under 30% and you're constantly increasing, because what I also learned is that if you pay your bills on time, your credit card company, let's just say Citibank, you pay your credit card on time, they will increase it by default, right? If you got 5,000, they may increase it to 10,000, right? So having high limits, right, and paying under 30% helps you to build, right? You want to have, revolving credit. You want to have installment credit. You want to maybe have like a small loan, on, your credit. These are just simple things, guys, that we really should have learned in elementary school. We should have learned these things in high school, even college. Even college professors don't even know what their credit scores are. We should have learned just the basic stuff, guys. How to have a good credit profile. What's installment credit, right? What's revolving credit, right? How to apply for a small, maybe $5,000 loan or $1,000 loan so that you can start to pay it back, right? So you can start to build, right? One way that you can start to build your credit is you can go into the bank if you have $500 or $1,000. Tell them that you want to get a secure card. Secure. I mean, you give them the collateral, which is the $1,000. You give them the money, and then they'll give you a card, right? Now they'll put your money in an interest bearing savings account, which you'll get a little bit of interest on it, right? And now you can use the card and it will report to your credit, right? So that's just one way, but there's many, many ways to start building credit. You can ask your spouse, you can ask your grandmother, you can ask your aunt, you can ask your mother if they have good credit over like 680 to put you on their credit profile as an authorized user, right? So me, I'm on my husband's credit, right? He's on my credit. My kids is on my credit profile and they're on my husband's credit profile. I'm actually about to get onto my grandmother's, right? So the more kind of like trade lines that you have, it also helps you to build up your credit, right? So I feel like by the time we are 25 years old, we should have a couple of grand in savings. We should have some money saved up for emergencies. We should know what our credit score is. We should know what our credit score look like. And we should know how to be able to go to the bank and get a loan for $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, right? With no interest. right? So there's many all these hacks and all these different games that the bank plays that we don't know, right? And if you have bad credit, I have a system called Freedom Path, right? I used to be with my econ. I'm no longer with my econ, right? Now I'm with Freedom Path, same vibe, same thing. They do the credit, and they dispute everything, right? Unlike my econ, where you had to print out everything and send it, this system is more advanced. They actually send everything for you. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. They also have credit attorneys. My econ didn't have credit attorneys, right? So basically, you can go back here, like I'm back here now. You can say, "Oh, someone's suing me." Or I have an upcoming court date. I'm facing a judgment. My wages is being garnished. All you people that's about to have your wages being garnished by the federal government because of your student loans, we got that too. My bank account is being frozen. My vehicle has been repossessed. My home is being in foreclosure. We have all these matters back here where you can talk to an attorney for free. Now, this is 99 bucks a month. Now, when people start hearing pricing, they tune out, right? But people go and spend how much money at Applebee's, how much money at Happy Hour, and they're not even happy. They go spend a lot of money on liquor, and guess what? They're broke, right? So we got to get into financial literacy, guys. This is a part of financial literacy, right? We also have rent reporting. How many of you been paying your rent on time? On time. And now we have a way that you can report your rent, and that also helps you build your credit score, right? That's some revolving. So rent reporting can help you build credit. So we have that in Freedom Path. We also have estate planning, which we don't do. Black people, we don't do estate planning. That's why at the end we end up selling grandma's house, and then everybody end up fighting over the coins, right? We have personal loans. You need $100 loan, you need $1,000 loan, you need a $50,000 loan. Literally, you can click on anyone, put your name in, and go through the whole process. Okay, financial planning. Are we really financially planning? Debt tracker, right? How fast will it take you to pay off your debt? Identity protection. We also have life insurance. We have travel planning. We have local savings. Some people, most people, have not traveled out of the United States in their whole life. It's crazy. It's just crazy to me, right? And then we also have budgeting, right? See, so we got to get into financially sane. We don't want to be insolvent our whole life. We don't want to keep passing down poverty. Right? I told my cousin this. I said, poverty's a motherfucker. Because when you in poverty, you cannot win, baby. Okay, you can't. Okay, we show you how to save. We show you how to save for travel. We have business funding. We have a whole business academy. That people can tap into. We have what I love about the business academy is that you be with us for 1 year. I think it's $1,500, and you be with us for a whole year, and we show you how to make your business become bankable, right? Whether you want to start your own business or you want to buy a already business, right? We can show you how. And we're giving you $50,000 in business funding to go fund your business. Here's something else that I learned. See, when I first started my business online, what happened was I was on unemployment, right? This was 13 years ago. Unemployment, okay? And with the unemployment, I was trying to pay my $25 a month for my business. I had a little blogging business, right? And I was struggling because it was like, damn, I need to pay $25 every month. Then they want you to upgrade to pay $100 a month. Then they needed you to pay this, and then you need to buy ads, and then you needed another website, and then you needed this, and you needed that, and you need to travel. I was struggling. So I couldn't figure out, like, how the fuck do you do this, right? But I didn't know that then, right? I literally, before the pandemic, really started to understand how business credit works. You get access to money first. You fix your credit. So you get money, fix your credit first, your personal credit. Then you tap into business credit, right? Then you learn how to get some money to start your business, right? What I also learned is that your business credit, if you have a $10,000 limit, you can push it to 11,000, 12,000. You can push it to the limit and it won't affect your credit at all. But if you have a $10,000 personal line of credit or credit card and you push that thing to the limit, it's going to drop your score 20 to 50 points. See, the rich know about business credit all day long. So, I'm just here to help you, right? I'm just here to help you, right? I have a program. You can get into Smart Start. It's $27, and we show you step by step what you can start doing to start positioning your business and your credit. We're showing people how to become AI credit repair brokers and then get access to all of this money, get access to all of this information, get access to all of this financial literacy, get access to rich people, get access to people that are actually doing these things, right? And then you get to work with me, right? And my team, and we're showing people how to use social media with theme pages for you guys that don't want to ever show your face. We're showing you how to use different theme pages where you can focus on helping others get financially educated as well as yourself, okay? I'm all about wealth building. It's not just about me doing something and me making money and me traveling and me going to get my teeth fixed and body done and all that. No, because I want to help other people do the same thing, even my friends. If you don't want to get your credit right and if you don't trying to get no money, then we can't be friends because that's all I want to talk about. Traveling, getting money, God, and elevating. That's it. That's all I want to talk about. So if you want to just sit up and talk about people, like, then we can't be friends. Right. So that's why my circle was like this small. All I want to talk about is impact. How can I impact people? How I can help people get money, how I can help people get themselves in position, how I can help more people win, right? In 2025, and beyond, right? So all my friends know, listen, y'all need funding, come to me. You need your credit fix, come to me. Let's see how we can do a business together and get some money together. So you can get the Smart Start system. Okay, get the Smart Start system for 27 bucks and learn. This is your journey. You get money to start your business so you can go make money, not try to use your job to start a business to make money and then trying to figure out how to get money. If I can help you get $50,000 by fixing your credit, you get $50,000. Now you have the opportunity to start anything, any brick and mortar business you want to open up, any click to order business you want to open up, anything that you always wanted to do. See, money allows us to have more options. Poverty allows us to have no options. So click on the link below. Follow me on all platforms at Coach Tanisha Marie and subscribe to the channel for more financially education. And I'll see you guys on the inside.